Alrighty, welcome back. We're at Bernie's place looking at Jaguar stuff, and we're trying to collect up some stuff for Jolene's engine, and we're going to talk a little bit about it with Bernie to find out what can be and what can't be. And coming in, Bernie. Coming in hot.
Okay.
Coming in hot.
By all means, this is the Morgan.
Are you okay? That must be new oil. I was going to say, are you using all that oil?
Yeah, we have visions of starting this today.
Did you?
Just to get a feel for how good or bad the engine is.
Okay.
So, you know, it's kind of interesting. And see, it's just a chassis.
Oh, yeah.
There are one or two splits in the, do you see the splits?
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to get Alistair to weld them up.
Well, you know something, if we, like I said, I think we said it a couple times,
Yeah.
if we do it right, I'd bring the welder down, I'd do them in seconds.
Well, that would be lovely.
In seconds, but we have to make sure that it's on the right, we're on the right wavelength. On the right wavelength, I guess what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
Because I could have, you know, fairly easy could have done it today if I known you were doing it. Bernie, I'll get that.
Well, it's
do you want pushed
sort
up?
of okay. Yeah. Thanks.
No worries.
It starts to come down, and then you say your prayers. Yes. Well, this one's going through a transformation.
What's happening?
Well, the fuel tank started to leak.
Okay.
And I thought, my gosh, how could they be leaking? This car doesn't have any rust in it.
Well, that doesn't mean anything.
It was the rubber gaskets and the drain plugs.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what year is this car?
87.
So is the 84 that we're stripping
Same
down?
thing.
Same thing. Okay.
Yeah.
I took off all the fuel injection.
Good. Yeah.
Good, he says. Well, I don't know how good it was, but I'm planning on using it as a carbureted engine.
Yes. Yes.
Do I have to change the distributor?
I don't know.
Okay.
But it wouldn't be any problem.
Okay, that's fine.
We can find a distributor from an earlier engine.
Right.
I think the answer may be yes.
Also, the answer may be yes.
I bet the weights in the thing are different, you know, if you're really getting fussy.
Mm-hmm. Also, the mounts on these are different. Where the engine's mounted on the frame in the front.
Yes.
The mounts are different. They've changed. What have they changed? They changed the positioning on the block where the mount is bolted on.
The bolts are actually in different places?
They're in different places.
Are they?
They've moved it back probably a foot.
Oh, really?
And
yes.
and on the one that I had before was a 67, was it not? The engine was 67?
Well, let's just think about this. You're talking about the one that I'm...
No, the one that I took back to Doug.
I don't know much about it.
Was it? I know the year of it, though.
I don't know that I ever really thought about the engine.
Okay, well, the year of that one was 67. I kind of built the chassis around that engine.
Yes.
So now that I've got this engine, where the mounts are different, I'm looking for the mounts that mount on the older engine that are up front, like the engine that I had, to put on the new. See if I can muster that out.
We should be able to find out when they changed the motor mounts, because I wasn't aware that the mounts were changed. But I'm going to
come around your side.
I've got a bin full of motor mounts over there. And
a bin?
Yeah.
Well, the motor mounts that are on the engine that I bring down, I think, are the mounts that I need.
They're early ones.
The early ones.
Right. So that's an earlier engine.
You've got a bunch of engines over here anyways, huh?
I have all kinds of good things. I have 3 of those engines over that way.
Okay.
And stupidly, one of them is really good, and I can't decide which one it is. It's a bit of a disadvantage. And then...
A compression test will tell you?
Well, partly, but it wouldn't tell me about oil pressure.
Right.
And I'm worried about this engine. This is the one you brought down. And
right.
I mean, it's been in here. It hasn't been damaged at all.
Nope.
But I'm worried there's a lot of rusting in these bores.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, I guess.
It's heavy rusting.
Now it is. It wasn't rusted before, but it was.
It was rusted when it came down
Yes,
here.
it was. Yes, it was.
This hasn't been in the damp down here.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
You're saying, yes, it was rusted. It must have been rusted before this.
It was rusted before I brought it here, but it rusted after I took it apart.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? When I took it apart, it was really nice inside, and I kind of let it sit in the shop. Yeah.
Oh, just a bit of grease or something would have.
From what I understand, grease doesn't do it. It's oil.
Yes.
Grease is not waterproof.
Ah, right.
Jim Patterson told me that when you put grease on, like if you had a crank or something turned or something, you put a bunch of grease over it, and you come back, it'll be rusted.
Really?
Yes, I guess you put oil.
Well, okay.
From what I understand.
Well, usually they're oily anyway, but this clearly wasn't.
And these mounts right here don't look. It looks like it might possibly like if you had.
This is early.
Oh, this is early, but I'm talking about these engine mounts.
Yes.
If you have a set of those around, I would love to be able to try them.
Well, I'm sure I have.
Okay, well that would make me happy.
Yes.
Also,
the whole thing is meant to make you happy, really.
Well, I guess.
Yeah, but I'll tell you my problem about this.
Yeah.
Now we've got these Brett and Derek here.
Yeah.
I may be able to put it on my engine stand.
Yeah.
But you see, I want to hone the bores and have a good look at them and measure them and decide if they're going to work with the pistons that we've got.
Right.
Because the pistons really decide, because the pistons are expensive. And you know, when they're talking about rebuilding these engines, they talk about $1,000 a hole.
Yes.
So that's $6,000.
I don't want to do that at all.
No, but we're trying to do it without costing $6,000. You see.
I'll tell you something. The only way I really want to do the engine is if we can shove a hone down through it and put the piston back in it, and that's it. If it cost a whole bunch of money to do it, I would just. I could buy a Jaguar car and take
what we should do is get a chair each and sit down.
Sure.
And I'll tell you what I would propose to do.
Okay.
And you can, but we've got more chairs, Brett, honestly. We may still have a couple up there, but these days I have to sit down. Otherwise, all my concentration goes to my legs, and I don't make any sense.
Would it be better to put the door up for light?
Jolene,
for happiness, it would be.
Okay.
I like D. That's fine. I can stand up. When my concentration goes to my legs, I'll sit down.
Can we get another chair for Jolene?
Well, what are you going to have, a meeting or something?
Yes, we're going to have a meeting.
A meeting?
We could even put those two, Jolene could sit on this. Well, wouldn't that be something? You sure? Well, I'm concerned about you, kid.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to spend a whole bunch of money on that engine. I don't think it's in my.
Well, that's that's just the way I usually operate anyway. So.
Well, I figured I thought I brought it to the right person.
But I tell you what,
Mr. Frugal, and keep things in order.
You've got it.
Yes, you got it.
Sit down and we'll discuss it.
Huh?
What I want you to do is clean up the body on this MG for me and make it look smart. And it doesn't look smart now, does it?
It don't look bad.
Doesn't it?
No, I like it, actually.
Well, then...
I got a roof home I would like to put on it.
I've got a V8 engine I want to put in it.
Yes.
It's the correct V8 engine for this car. For about 3 years they made them with V8 engines, and then for some reason stopped. But anyway, let's talk about this. What I proposed to do was to put it on my engine support frame, engine frame, and so I can turn it round at different angles, because I can't hone it on top of the crank. The crank's there, and I don't want all kinds of junk and grindings to go into the crank. So we have to take the crank out, which we should do anyway, because we don't know about this engine. So I would take it, and the crank has inspection deals at the throws, which you undo and you clean out junk out of it. So we should clean out the crank, because now if I knew the engine was good and had been subject to routine oil changes and had been looked after.
I can't promise you that.
You can't promise it, can you? So you can't start using the thing halfway through and rebuild it. You have to go back to the basics. But the basics to this is, are these bores going to clean up, and do the pistons fit them decently?
Right.
If they don't, we stop. And we take another engine from over there, which I have, and we'll just use that. I won't do any different, but I'll rebuild that one. And then we'll put the head on, which is over there.
Yeah.
And we'll have to make sure that the head, I almost have to take it apart to make sure that no one's dumped it down on that valve. There's always one valve proud of the head, higher up than the head. And of course, it's the first thing that gets hit. If anybody puts it down on a flat surface, that's it. So we don't want that. So I would take it apart and check it all, and then we'll just reassemble it. And I don't think there's anything particularly difficult about it, except that this is an unknown quantity. I mean, this canister may be full of crud, and the passageway, the oil passageways may be filthy, you know, in which case it's not a wise thing to do. But I know there's one over there that I know about, and I know is decent, and since I'm a generous, kindly person, and I don't want a bunch of trouble afterwards, we'd use that one instead.
Yeah.
Same series. So I don't know if that sounds good, but that's about the capability I have at the moment anyway. So even lifting the cylinder head, see, I shouldn't be lifting it, but I've got a few friends, so we can always pop a head on, you know.
What are you going to learn how to rebuild a Jaguar engine, I take it?
We're going to do our best to learn and observe, yes.
That would be a good instruction day, that would be.
But we can get that engine hoist put together, Bernie, and get the block at least up.
Well, we've got a hoist there. Yeah. We can lift this up and then put it on, because it's a rotary engine now.
It just has to be assembled.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Take 3 minutes to assemble it.
No problem. We can get on that right now.
We should, well, we could.
Yeah.
That would be a good thing to do.
I want to look. Can I look for motor mounts?
Yes, by all means. Come on, show me where to look.
That's what I'm kind of hot and horny about. I don't mean to say hot and horny, but that explains how I
slipped out. I think we would try that milk crate there. See that one?
There?
Yes, that fella.
All right, should I just pull it out then?
Well,
that's what I'm going to do.
Get the stuff out of it and shove it into a different milk crate. How's that?
All right, I want to put my back of getting it.
Well, here, bring it up a piece at a time.
Oh, okay.
And you can look for motor mounts as you go by. Those are transmission locating mounts. As is that. And that's, I think, E-type. That's a motor mount.
That's the motor mount for that.
Is it?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Well, yes, it's got the, all right.
So I'm doing a subframe swap on that 59 right at the present moment.
Ah.
And the swap I'm using is the front cross member that comes out of that car.
Yeah. It's sort of motor mount-ish, isn't it? But
motor mount-ish.
Well, we've got rubber motor mounts and bits and pieces, but
nothing in that one.
Okay. Well, that's not good, because that's our best bet.
Well, once that motor comes off,
yeah, it could. Well, if you're going to use it, I mean, it's got the mounts on it, hasn't it?
Yeah. Well, I could use the mounts off.
Yeah.
That motor, once it comes off and goes on that stand.
Now, I think if we look, no, well, you could.
That's probably what I'd rather just do. Just take the mounts off my own engine.
Yeah.
You know, and if I need mounts at the time when it comes time, well.
And we don't need those motor mounts once I'll get it on the on the frame.
That's what I'm thinking.
That's a rear mount for a 120. That is, I think.
rear mount for a 120.
With a label on it.
For that, would you? Huh?
Yeah.
I've got that. Oh, yeah. I've got that transmission mount on the back of that transmission.
We almost gave this to Jolene to sit on, but let's look at that engine along there, the last one. I think that engine is the one I know about, and we'll check its number.
So this one right here.
Yep. So if we can't.
What is this on top? Valve pan cover, or it looks like a valve pan cover of some sort.
Perhaps it's the camshafts.
Yeah. Or is it this one?
No, that one's seized up. I know about that one. But
you know, but that's seized up, mother. Huh?
Yeah. I don't know why that's got a big flywheel.
What is it? What comes out here in the front here? What's this part? What's that?
That's a breather, just for crankcase breathing.
Okay.
Yeah.
What with that one there? Same. It's just the same deal.
Same thing. Breather. It'll feed into the carburetor somewhere.
Okay.
Or into the intake manifold.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So basically, I'm on the. Also, this engine. See the water pump on this engine?
Yes.
Does it go out further than the 67? Do you know if it has?
They kept changing the water pumps. I tell you, they've changed them about 3 times on the XK120.
Okay, so tell me, can you tell me this? Do they all bolt up the same?
Yes.
Good. That's all that matters,
yes.
because I can get
one.
one.
Yes, it's the same bolting, same gasket.
Okay.
After that, I've got a series of water pumps over there.
I don't think I dare use a second-hand water pump.
No, I wouldn't bother.
No. Also, on the motor that I had before, and the reason I'm going back to that motor, because I built the whole car for that motor.
Yeah. So it's a 3.4 litre motor.
No, it was a 4.2, was it not? But it was a 1967.
4.2. All right.
From what? I think they're all dual overhead cam.
Yes.
But it had a steel fan on it.
Yes.
Would you have a steel fan?
Yes.
And it's quite a piece of equipment.
Should be able to find one of those. Yes.
Man, I'm putting your old brain through the paces right now, aren't I?
Notice my homing instincts are working at this point.
Your what?
Homing instincts. It's
Your
like
homing instinct.
Homing pigeon. You know, they used to use these homing pigeons for flying back to their nests. Well, you want a fan for them.
Well, I'm thinking that I would go back to a steel fan. That's what I had on before. Look,
you have to be really careful that the blades don't come off those fans. Have a good look at it, because they get damaged and they're riveted on, most of them.
Yeah. And
the rivets will shake loose.
Right.
And then when the thing's going around, suddenly you've got a fan through the hood.
Oh yeah, that's sort of, yeah. I've been through that sort of a little bit.
Right.
I don't want to go there
wander
today.
around here and look for fans for a moment.
What was I going to say?
Hi. See, there are all kinds of bits and pieces of...
What is this?
Oh, just bits of various engines.
That's cool.
Fans. I'm having trouble with springs at the moment.
Leaf springs?
No, coil springs. The car's too high.
Okay.
So I've got the springs out of it.
Why don't you cut them?
Well,
you know what I mean by cutting them?
I've calculated how much to cut off.
Well, you can't do it. Gotta be careful that way. One coil.
Yes.
You usually go from the end of the pigtail around one coil, and then I put it back in. And I can show you if you'd like.
Well, wait a minute. Well, this thing's...
Because if you measure the distance that you want to cut down, you're not going to be happy. It'll fall out. So if you want a 2-inch drop and you measure down 2 inches and cut it off, that's not going to work for you.
Right. Now let me tell you what I've done. Bring that back, because I've measured the springs compressed in the normal parking sort of position and loose like this.
Yeah.
And I know how long they are. And it's 11 inches and 14. They're 14 like this, or 11 when they're compressed.
Yeah.
At normal, just sitting parked, you know. and I need to get 3 inches off.
Well, to be honest, I start with the pigtail. So I go around here, you come around, and you start with that, and just cut this off. One pigtail. That's
yes,
it.
but then I have to put it all back in and reassemble the car.
Yes, but you know you're gonna be dropped a little bit. I mean, I wouldn't go much more than one pigtail.
What I did, you see, one of at rest it's 14, compressed it's 11, and I want 3 inches off it at 11 when it's compressed. So I took 3/11ths of 14 inches. So I'm taking a bit more.
Don't do that. Well, you get lots of springs. You
No,
end up doing it twice anyways.
These are MG springs. This other one's Jaguar.
But basically, for a couple inch drop or 3 inch drop, I would take one pigtail. Start from there, come around, and cut that, and then I'd try it.
I need a 3 inch drop. Can I go 2?
No, I wouldn't do 2. I wouldn't do 2. No, nope, not at all. I've never cut 2 inches off. No, I wouldn't do that.
1.5. I don't feel comfortable taking.
You don't feel comfortable taking 1 off?
Right.
Well, basically, that's where I would start, to be honest
with you.
And
what about, you see, also in this front suspension...
It doesn't have that on it?
It has it at the bottom, but it doesn't have it at the top. It has a locking deal.
Yeah.
Straight piece.
Well, that's the one I'd cut.
Yes, that's what I am cutting.
Yeah. And I just go around to the end of that pigtail and cut it. I think it's basically that would be enough right there. I'm pretty sure.
Really?
Yes.
Right.
So if you start measuring down and start cutting, you're going to get yourself in trouble.
Well, I thought I'd worked it out scientifically, but...
Work it out scientifically?
Well, because I measured them compressed and relaxed, you know.
This is your fan collection here, I see. Fans.
Yes, but those are MG.
Yeah.
We're looking for Jaguar ones.
We are. It's quite a big fan, is it not?
Isn't it? Yes. Yes. I thought I should look down here. I don't know why I'm looking down here, but I am. You see, all this stuff's been moved.
Yep.
And
What's the tail light off of?
It's an XK140. That's the easy thing to say, Jaguar. It's also a Morris Minor, had the same light. What about down there?
I can pull that out, Bernie.
Well, it's not there, is it? Got a lot of MG water pumps, but what about here? No.
And if you need to sit down, you're more than welcome to sit down. I can take a break.
Oh, good.
Good, he says. And them guys might need a hand know how to set that bad boy up.
Yes.
Do you mind me just looking?
No, I don't mind you looking at all.
All right.
But you won't find it.
Yeah. Have you got any headlights or tail lights for a 59? That big thing that I have?
For a 59.
That big car that we have that we got?
Oh, that guy. Oh, yeah, poor old thing. Tail lights.
Thing, that poor old thing, he says. I'm the only one done any work to it. You must have seen on the computer what it looks like.
Well, even they had changes of taillights, but
even if you haven't, I'm going to show you.
Yeah. I don't know where I put them. They're supposed to. They're supposed to be here. Why aren't they here? Because all this stuff got moved, you know, by a group of very excellent volunteers, significantly comprising of my kids and their spouses, and one child. little Oliver, who's not so little. He's the biggest 11-year-old I've ever seen.
Now me up there taking front ends out, and you got them piled up right here.
Well, you want one?
How much do you want for them?
I don't want very much for those. They're there because I can't bring myself to scrap stuff that could be useful.
Well, there. That's what I'm talking about. Why is that one so low to the ground? It's got flat tires.
Fans. I know I've got them.
And you'll get rid of these, will you, Bernie? These front ends?
Well, you know, it's got a...
That's what I'm putting in the 59 right at the present moment.
Yes.
Yeah. And I took it. There's the mounts that I was telling you about. There's the engine mounts.
Right.
That's what they've changed.
Do you want it?
What do you want for it?
I don't know that I want anything for it, really, truthfully.
Oh wow. Well then I want it.
I mean, I'm crazy not to say, you know, $300 or something. I mean,
You're not crazy.
The rack's worth $300.
To the right person.
Yeah, that's right. As soon as they get a rack gone, they're the right person.
Well, don't go crazy on them. Like, it's not like I need it. I would take it if you want to get rid of it, but I would take one for sure because I would use them in a hot rod. Because you know what's going on here. Obviously, everything's all self-contained.
Yeah, that's right.
You've got your
Isn't
rack,
it?
you've got your suspension, you've got everything. You've got a sway bar.
Right.
The disc brakes on the front of it. I've actually just Z-notched the
Well,
front.
how much is a kindly price then? How much would be...
Well, let's see how much I can get out of you first.
How much would you be happy with? I don't know why I don't find those bloody fans. I should have found them.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, they should have been there. And they're not.
Well, they can be just about anywheres then.
Yes. Hello, dog.
Just like that right there, Lo. Just like that fan right there.
Yes.
Oh, that one's let go, eh? Or no, it's not let go. It's unbolted. That one's bent up, obviously.
A bit, isn't it?
It is bent up.
I think
Not saying that.
it's very difficult to find one that isn't banged up.
Is it right?
Yeah.
The one like that is what I'm
They could be
interested
behind.
in.
They're not under that car cover there, are they?
Because that's what was on it, right? And I
Yes.
sort of like to keep it. Also, keep going and keep going and keep going. What year is this bad boy? This is a newer engine.
This is newer.
That's
yes,
a newer
it's the same
one.
as the one you got, I think.
Also, the hookup for the power steering.
Yes.
Jesus, I'm a pain in the ass, ain't I?
Yes.
Yes. But the power steering on that engine, that has a mount. On this one, it has a mount for the power steering. And
Yes.
on the older one with the mount, like I got on that engine over there,
Yes.
I think it was part of that mount, I think, the power steering was. I can't say for sure.
No, I think they were close together, but I don't think they...
Or the power steering, how does that go?
Well, there's a pump.
Yeah, I understand that, but there was a tensioner on the power steering pump that kept the belts tight.
Right.
That's what I need.
Okay. All right.
If-
I'm sure I've got it.
You're the man. If you got it, you're the man.
Oh, good. Well, I want to be the man.
Oh, good. I want to be the man. Take a break for a minute.
Well, I will, but I'm
Take a break for a
mentally
minute.
looking for fans. And there's a pile of them.
Oh, is that right? You're supposed to have a pile of fans here.
Yeah. They could be on this bench. This is your stuff.
Yeah.
There.
And there's the I'm going to use them carburetors, I think, or that.
Yeah, well, grab them. They're yours.
Yeah. I'm not sure if that's the carburetors are in there. I don't think the carburetors are in there. I'm going to lift that off there. Just
Got it.
What's this now? All right.
I think that's all yours.
Okay. So this is the... Okay, that's the manifold, and the carburetor's bolt on that.
Of course, yeah. There's another one here too.
Okay, then
that's yours as well. Here,
okay.
Here's the carburetors.
Right on. Okay, I'll grab that.
Right.
Do you rebuild them, or does somebody else rebuild them? As you know.
No, we all try to rebuild them.
We all try to rebuild.
Varying degrees of success.
Varying degrees to success. Alrighty.
That's a shipment to Italy.
No, not doing that. Nobody's going to Italy.
No. We shipped off a bunch of stuff to Italy.
Okay.
Alfa Romeo stuff went to Italy. Very appropriate.
Got buckets of stuff, haven't you?
Yes.
We've got buckets.
And we've got fans somewhere.
We've got fans. You know what I say? I got good fans and bad fans, and I'd say add them all together.
Yes.
All right. That's take that full. I can get them cleaned up somehow, make them look really nice. I want Jolene's engine to look really nice, eh?
Yeah.
I do. And I want it to look really nice.
Right. But those are yours, so you can...
Oh, yes.
You can...
I'm just wondering what is in this bad boy.
Oh, no.
We'll soon find out.
Open it up and find out. Certainly
Open it up
not a
and
fan.
find out.
Oh, I could take out my pocket knife, couldn't we, dog?
I don't know.
Gonna rip it?
Yeah. Rip it real good.
Got it?
Distributor cap, no. That distributor cap, is it?
It's a distributor, isn't it? Yeah. I knew you'd need my knife sooner or later.
Yep, distributor cap. That might even be a distributor I need. Coil? Okay,
yes.
Good.
Pull it out and let's have a good look at it.
You want to have a gander at it?
Yeah. Well, that's a sort of midlife distributor. That's probably an E-type or a 3.8 anyway distributor.
That would be probably
it would work. You're putting the carburetors on the thing.
To the end, it's to the engine down there. We have at the end down there. That's what it's to. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Well, that's 3.4, and this is likely to be 3.8.
So I'm thinking, there's the carburetors.
Yeah.
There's the. I don't know if I got carburetor linkage.
Well, you've got remains of a few little bits of it on there.
How does that hook on? Does that hook up on there? Does it?
And this is the linkage. Yes. Yeah.
Where's that bad boy go?
Well, you're talking about in terms of getting it down to the accelerator pedal.
Ah, okay.
But
there we go. I see what's going on now.
Yeah.
This is all French to me. This stuff. I mean British.
Right. Right.
I'll put this stuff in the truck.
Why are we laughing? Put the lot in the truck. Do you want the rest of it?
I'll grab it.
All right.
I'll grab it.
I don't volunteer anymore, but no, we're doing okay. But we want to put that engine on. Are you? Can you do it all right? Don't do anything silly. Just lift it up with the shop crane and then jiggle it around and bolt it onto here. I usually use a bit of chain.
Yeah, we were having trouble finding.
You've got a chain on the back of the engine right there.
Yes.
Oh, no. All right.
Got some good helpers. Do you want to get back in the truck, did you? Is that what you want?
I'm looking for fans.
Hey, baby.
What we didn't do is put the lights on.
You can't find his fans. Is this battery any good?
No.
I've never seen a battery that small before.
You want a battery that's good?
No, I just wondering, like, I have a few cars that would like to have a nice small battery in it. And
well, I vowed, thought I was being clever to buy that really good, expensive, dry cell, state-of-the-art battery, and the thing went dead over one winter.
Batteries aren't much these days, are they?
Well, that's just defrauding, really.
That's defrauding. There's a lot of things like that in life nowadays.
Yes. How about some chains? Who was it that had all the chains? Was it Silas Marner or Marley or something?
You mean Allison chains?
Came with chains, didn't it?
That's the fan.
Only don't just fling them. When we put them back, we'll try and put them in the right spot. That would saves me a lot of wandering around, scratching my head, muttering fan blades.
You think you got some, do you?
Fan blades?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Just can't find them.
That's right.
That's right, he says. Couple engines in there. Well, got more than I thought. Couple engines there. I got getting that front end ripped out, and you got one right there. Two of them. What? Yeah, a bunch of rear ends. There's a couple rear ends outside too. They're not good looking, but they're there. But this one has got a, I would say it's a rust hole there. Not like no rust holes in them, but I just wonder why that one's dropped down so far. Why is it on the ground? Oh, the coil springs are missing. That's what. That one's been lowered. I'm going to ask you another piece of information, Bernie.
Yeah.
Get this out of my mouth here. Did they change the wheel pattern from 84 to 59? I'll find out soon enough, but I would like to be nice to thinking that
I don't believe they did.
What's that?
I don't believe that they did.
That makes me feel good, but
I can't be sure.
Okay, that sounds good.
Now come and have a look.
Think you've acquired something, eh?
Well, it doesn't.
Come have a look.
Regarding the rear lights.
I'm coming down around this way.
All right.
And browsing on them.
I really don't have them because it's a long time since I took a Mark 9 apart.
Yeah.
But
is that's what a Mark 9 looks like?
It could work for it. Yeah. I don't think it is Mark 9.
They're a good looking light, that is.
Yes. And you see that could be it too. See that? I mean, it's banged up, but it bolts shape onto the back fender.
Yeah.
And the early ones had a round light.
Right.
Now the later ones had these, I think.
Okay.
And I don't have all the bits.
Well, I'm going to leave them right there then.
All right.
Yeah. I know it's got 3 or 4 different holes. But that's a nice looking taillight.
Well, you can take that with you if you want and try it.
I will.
Yep.
Try it.
I know you didn't like the bash one, but
no.
Yep.
Doesn't tickle me.
Right. Well, I'll keep looking for fan blades.
Yeah. And you know the exact same fan blade.
I know exactly what you're looking for.
Exactly.
Except that I haven't found them yet.
There you go. What's that?
Right.
That little tiny thing?
That's MG.
We don't want a little tiny one like that. We're trying to find the exact same stuff that we had on it.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you why, Bernie. That engine's that far from the firewall.
Oh, really?
And the fan is that far from
the radiator.
From the radiator.
Yep.
And the dual carburetors are that far from the side of the hood.
Yeah.
So it's just, I have to have everything the same.
Same, yep.
Yeah.
But that's good, isn't it?
Well, I don't know if that's good or bad.
Well, it fits.
I'm counting on you now. See, I got
good.
Good, he says.
Makes me feel really valuable.
Well.
I've got lots of distributors, by the way.
Well,
if you don't find that one works. But what I can't find
is
are fan blades.
If those are the lights for a 59, they look good. I like them. Oh, your feet, no. How are the boys down the end making out?
Well, they're making slow progress. Yeah. I want to ask you some more questions about springs in between.
You're more than welcome. But I only have one information to give.
I'll walk around and we'll.
Yeah.
I've got my demonstration spring with me now.
I picked up a, what's that engine, that car we got picked up? TR6? What is it? Triumph? GT6? Yeah, I don't see any fans whatsoever. Not whatsoever. Yeah, you got front ends right there. That's too bad. I've been in here a couple times, but I guess it doesn't still hurt for looking. Huh? Maybe. Fuel carbon collection. Vapor. Got a mess of steering wheels there. I see how those going now. They're eluding you, aren't they?
They are. Yes. I'll put this right here so we'll fall over it. And will remind me to ask you some more questions.
Well, I give you what I know, and that's basically all I can give.
You see the fan that I'm
looking for?
The spring that I'm replacing.
Yes.
Has a stub piece that locks into the plate at the bottom.
Yeah, it goes around like that, and it got one
straight piece at the bottom.
That's where you want to cut it.
But I can't. Well, I have to cut that off, don't I?
Yeah, but you when you cut it off, you'll when you cut the pig, when you come from the end.
Yes.
The end of it, you just come around to the end and cut it off, and then you have your new stub.
Right. Well, is that a new stub? It's not straight, is it? But I'll try to lock it in. I don't think it'd move around too much. No.
I couldn't see it. No.
Right. Just.
You want to lower that gray one down a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah, in the front end.
Right.
Yeah.
I've got both springs out of it now.
I do one pigtail at a time.
One at a time?
I do one pigtail.
Oh, really?
I really would.
Yes. Oh, I see. Yes. And not go beyond that.
Start there and go around and do one. See what it gets you. Because if you start, like I said, if you start doing the measuring thing,
that's what I've been doing.
It doesn't do that well.
Ah.
You know, I've seen some people say, "Oh, I want to lower my car 3 inches and measure down 3 inches and cut."
Right.
When you go to put the spring in, the spring falls out.
Well, if you measure that compressed, you see.
Yeah.
I measured mine compressed and not compressed, and it was 11 inches compressed, 14 inches not compressed.
Okay.
So I decided that everything had to be sort of 11/14ths. So I just wanted it down 3 inches. So 11/14ths.
How many inches were you going to cut off it?
2. Just measure down 2 and.
Well. I'd be scared of doing that right off the bat. So it does not look like this when it's got a straight edge on it, does it? Where it locks in.
Yes, it's got a straight edge on one end and this stub on the other.
You want to take it off the stub?
I was taking it off the stub end. Don't have to, but.
Well, you see, if you had a, so if your stub is here.
Yep.
Okay. If you went all the way around.
Yep, and down to the next coil.
You went all the way down around the next coil and then cut it. That'd be. I'm thinking that's like.
I'm thinking I have to do it twice, but it's better to do it twice than to overdo it, isn't it?
I would do it. I would cut one piece. That's cool.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Right.
Yeah, I would only cut one, and I'm thinking like. There is a thing for it. Like I think one pigtail equals. I want to say. 4 inches. That's what I want to say, but I'm not sure. One pigtail.
Well, I didn't.
What's
I
that,
can't.
Okay, Jolene will look it up on the computer before we go.
All right.
Because that cutting coils is a thing that's been done many times.
Oh yes.
Right, and to do it, and I just know if you measure down and try to cut your 3 inches or your 2 inches off, you're going to be in trouble.
Yes, I know that. So I wasn't going to do that. I was.
Yeah, well,
winding up
you start cutting 2 coils. That seems like quite a bit.
Yes.
Yes, it does. You'd be driving around on the oil pan.
Right. Where could it be?
Let's have a seat, Bernie.
Yeah.
Let's have a seat. Yeah. All right. I want these engine mounts.
Dusty drinks. I was thinking of suggesting a trip to the Kiwi Cafe, but
Crumpets and tea.
I've got some. You need something?
do you need a big bolt or something, Derek?
To go through here.
This is the thread.
Yes. Oh, we've got big bolts, of course. Big bolts.
You got it off the stand. That's your stand, isn't it?
Yeah, it is so. It is so.
You looked in here.
Not yet. I'm sure you know.
Well, there's one, but
A little longer than that would be nice.
big bolts. Well, we've got big bolts.
Because you have the big space or
He's
something.
going around in
stand
circles,
on it,
isn't
so
he?
Yes.
necessary.
And them motor mounts look like they might fit on.
Chase the nut down.
I
They
think
do.
it bolts
They're-
into
like they
the,
do. It's surprising me. What?
Well,
Listen, you're telling me all about it.
say yes.
Do. I'm going to borrow your sockets
Those
in
are
here for a second, if
short.
you don't mind.
Yes.
It's
What
a
we
fine tread pitch, the ones on there, but I mean, that might not be the right place to screw it in. We don't know.
Still driving the
Yep.
Range Rover, is it called? Range Rover?
see any long ones in there?
No, they're quite short.
Derek was coming, so there wouldn't be enough.
It's a good
room for
idea,
it.
though. The mason jars, you can see what you got.
Yeah.
I have one big jar. I dump it on the bench, and it takes me an hour.
Yeah, it's working well.
Well, that's good. That's fantastic. Everybody wants them to work well, that's for sure. It makes a fella feel better, don't it?
It stayed in here all winter, and first crank.
Gotta like that, too. We've got a garage that, you know,
Well,
whether it's far or
if they're
not.
Jaguar, they're studs.
What is this, the Gold Series or something?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Princess
Oh, yeah,
Auto.
they're around.
for something that I need. The mounts. Well, yeah.
Or too short.
The engine that I got has the mounts back here. And I'm going to have to try to change it all over to the older style.
Well, I think
I know right
spaces
now
are just to keep the thing away from
the bolts. I think the bolt
the
size are
end
bigger
part
than
there.
that. I might have to drill them out, but as long as the mounts
you
are in
don't
the
have
exact
to
same
use the
place,
spaces at all.
I can drop it in. See, I built the car around the engine, right? And the engine turned out to be a dud. So,
Yes. Because for most engines that I'm playing with, you need them. Now, big bolts.
Don't go there, try not to.
Isn't that terrible?
Yeah. Jolene, give me a good one yesterday. Every time you think you're going to get upset,
Falling
just
apart
laugh.
today.
Oh yeah, just laugh. I was laughing a lot yesterday.
But I think that's a coarser tread pitch than these. Anyway.
Actually, yesterday was.
Is that where they go in the end?
I was just laughing. What?
Those seem to thread.
Yeah.
They will thread into the end where the
well, if
gearbox would bolt up.
Yeah, that's right. That's where they
We're destroying a
thread to.
1959 Jaguar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he said. He already said he's almost ready to lose his. What do you lose his what? Wheaties. Yeah, it wasn't crumpets. It was Wheaties.
Why we would.
Yeah, he's going to lose his Wheaties.
Well, that's a starter sort of thing, isn't it? But that's not what I
I don't
had in
think
mind.
so. I don't want to pile one of them in the back of the truck.
Fine.
Yeah, maybe sometime I come down, we get a trailer and come down and do it that way.
Look at these now.
It would be better for me.
See, that would.
Oh, well,
would work.
you know, I just
I'm
paid
sure that would work
a young
there.
fella up the road to take the front end
need-
all out and get the engine all out. It's a bunch of
we
work.
need to tread it all the way. Or
do that stuff.
Well, these
He's
are
got two
Jaguar head studs.
yeah,
Like,
That's what they are.
kick myself in the nuts.
it's quite a lot of force.
That's MG and this is Jaguar.
He hasn't got two fans.
What's that?
Probably.
Those do any good? Yeah, we've got some shorter ones too. But they're
Maybe we're
smaller
collecting up
diameter.
enough stuff. We might be able to get a Jaguar engine made for you.
Sure, that's the right pitch. It's just
Huh?
a matter of.
Baby?
Those are the right pitch, but I just don't. Ooh, those,
Now.
yeah, too coarse. Aren't
I
they?
have to remind myself, or do I have
Well,
to?
we find nuts to fit them, bolts to fit them, and one end should thread into the block.
Come take
Right,
a
and
look
then
at
we can
this,
just
your
creep up
camera
on it
there.
and tighten the nut down.
Yeah.
How many
And then
do
we
you need?
know which one goes on which
Four-
side.
3 at least.
Okay?
Okay, so we got 3.
I'm thinking
What's that
one
do
goes on
for
this
us?
side.
That's again a right one. Yeah.
I want to go to the other
Maybe a
side.
nut to take
Or
a
keep
wrench to
poo-poo.
take it off, but that's okay.
Yeah, well, we'll
And then
find
the
that.
opposite side's a different tread pitch to make things interesting.
Yeah, well, we can find the
The opposite.
nut to fit that.
We need right
If,
there. And they're looking look, the bolt pattern looks the same. It does. I didn't think they were that long, you know,
That's pretty
or that
coarse,
wide,
that
but it might be.
On both ends, is it coarse?
Yeah.
What year is the Triumph Bonneville or whatever it is with the gear shift on the right side? 467, is it? What was it when they changed it?
And
The gear shift
I
was
think
on the
it's
right.
71 or 2.
Okay.
for
My
your
friend
engine,
had one, but the gear shift
to
was
run
on the
your
left.
power
so
steering,
Right.
because we have a rack and pinion.
Right.
Well, this is a good start.
We
can
have-
come
we need a
back to
bracket.
it.
Of course.
It had a
Off you
idler
go,
arm
and
on
we'll
the
find
brack
nuts.
on the.
Yeah, there's all kinds of coarse nuts here when the time comes.
Right.
Well, I hadn't seen it yet. I've been sort of looking, but there we go.
Maybe it's time for someone to make a run down to Tim Hortons. What do you think? Yeah, somebody's got my bloody great Chinese wrench. I'll put it somewhere
I
handy.
call that a fiddle.
Yeah.
Can I use this rag, Bernie?
Sure.
All right.
Well, let's find you a decent piece. You're the guest here. You need something special.
Well, not really, but
Here.
now, would you know where any of your your idler or your power steering brackets and your idler arms would be? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I do.
Oh, yeah. Wow, you're a man of knowledge.
I think they're with the pumps. Yes.
Yeah. Have a seat.
Yes. I'm not as good standing up as I used to be. All this queuing must have caused some...
Queuing?
Queuing.
What's queuing mean?
Lining up. It's what the Brits used to do for everything.
Queuing. Line up.
Yeah, they used to. Well, there wasn't much food around, so they lined up for food, and then they...
So how would they put that? Everybody queue up?
Oh, they'd all organize themselves.
Is that what they say, queue up?
No, but they do it anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to get in line.
Yep.
That's for sure.
Well, they learn to sort of operate with minimal supervision.
Look at this now, would you? Windshield wipers on the headlights.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it?
That's kind of cool.
I don't even know where to turn them on. Yes.
So where would I look for power steering pumps, if you don't mind me Googling around?
Oh, gosh. It's back into that line up there somewhere.
This one or the other side?
Well, you can start one side.
Yeah.
They kind of poke through at times.
You're much better at it than I am, but.
That's not true.
Not true, he says.
Are you enjoying yourself, Derek?
I'm going around this part.
What we're short is a bunch of fans.
We're short a bunch of fans?
I hate Chad wanting things that I can't find.
Yeah, that sort of perturbs you after a while, does it not?
Yes.
I understand.
Perturbing. That's what you're saying. I know. I can tell.
I've been there many times. Many times.
Oh, I'm supposed to ask you about those wheels off the XJ6 you're chopping up. Do you need them?
The aluminum wheels?
Yeah.
I don't need them.
Then mark them for me.
Oh, we'll do some trade-in.
And I meant to mention the dashboard stuff. Don't throw that away. The instruments and the speedo and rev counter.
Okay.
But only if you don't want it, you know.
Well, I'm bringing it all back home because you kind of got me feeling like I should. Or I'd probably just almost send it to the boneyard. But I won't do that because all the little pedals and stuff, like perfect for...
I don't know where those fans are.
The hot rod.
You seen the couple fans here on top of the bucket?
Don't know. I'll come and have a look.
No, that's all right.
No, I'll come and look on top of a bucket.
These ones right here.
Right.
No, just right here, look. They're right here.
Ah, those are the right thing.
Those are the right ones?
Yep.
That's plastic.
Yes, but you've got metal ones underneath or somewhere.
Yeah. A couple.
Yep.
A couple bent ones, like...
Well, yep. Well, keep going. You might find one decent multi-bladed one. You've hit the jackpot, and that's it.
I've hit the jackpot. Oh. I shouldn't have got you up again. I shouldn't have said nothing. Distributors.
Where did you find them?
They're right.
Too late. Gee, I think I could walk past those and not see them. And you didn't find anything that was any good?
Not really, like...
there's more than that. But these are Jaguar fans.
Yes, while you're here,
yeah.
Where's your power steering?
Well, this is the problem. We don't have things organized.
Okay. That's all right then.
Not really. But it all got shoved in here, you know, and
for sure.
then I took 6.
That's what I would have done with it. Shoved it in here. This is your holding area. Car parts, linkage, SV car parts. What's that? Is that Jaguar stuff? Look at this now, would you?
Probably. Linkages?
No, this must be just a shitload of other different fans, eh?
Yeah, those are MG.
Okay.
Yeah.
MG?
No, this is sort of Jaguar, I think.
Okay.
I don't know if there's much in the way of linkages. It's actually both.
Just be careful, they're probably heavy. Come spitting out
What are we really looking for?
Not much.
You wanted the rods to actuate the carburetors, I think.
Probably.
I'm not so sure we didn't send those up before, but
Man, it's warm, eh? Starting to get warm.
It is. If it gets any warmer, I'll take my jacket off.
I want to go back your way and looking for power steering pumps.
All right. Now, there aren't many. There are about 3 of them.
Hey,
somewhere.
you knew exactly how many you got, eh?
Yeah.
So, geez.
There's
distributor, MJ Air, MG, clutch parts, fuel pumps.
Warns, I think.
Yeah.
It's all good stuff,
Oh,
Chad,
yes, that's for sure. Like when you need something,
yeah.
you haven't got it.
Yeah.
Block heaters, radiator caps, oil preserves, MG parts.
We're really enjoying. You're going to edit a lot of this out, hopefully. Jolene. I don't quite know what I'm looking for power steering pumps.
Well, there's the power steering. Well, I don't need if I need power steering, but there's an idler arm on the power steering pump.
Yes, there is.
And that keeps the belt tight, does it not?
Well, we should be able to find one on one of those engines over there, and that shouldn't be beyond us to get it off.
Well, basically, I need to try to see if I can make that engine.
Look what's poking under there.
Look at that now, would you? Good job, Bernie. Huh?
Tell you, it was hiding.
Aha.
Let's have a look. I don't think that's for your model, but I think this is what you're looking for.
One underneath it right there. Well, I'd like to have that clutch one if you... That's a bad boys. Don't know if I... Looks like it, doesn't it?
Yeah, oh, it is.
Well, it is, he says.
Not smart enough to figure anywhere else to put them, so we'll put them back. Right. That's not damaged.
What do you want, something like that?
Well, it depends what we do with the rest of the stuff. If you're nice to me about cleaning out that MG, and I can talk you out of those wheels. Not that I have an immediate need for them, but they shouldn't get trashed, you know.
No.
And what else should I be saying? I mean, I'll enjoy putting the engine together, but
that seems to be fine, does it not?
I wouldn't know, but I think so. Seems to be turning.
Me neither. I think that'll work.
Right.
I think that'll work.
That's the correct thing.
That's the correct fan for one of those 60s?
But be careful about these deals. They loosen up.
Okay.
A number of people have had them come through the hood.
Okay, well, they all look pretty good on this one.
They do, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're in luck.
I'm going to set that. I'm going to set that right there.
Right. What a team. Don't you think, Jolene? At least we're cheerful, aren't we? Wouldn't you say? I don't need my jacket. It's just that it's got my wallet, and my accounting.
I'm going back to look at the engines. Yeah. All right, everybody, we're going to keep looking for parts. That's basically what we're doing. And
What are you looking for now?
you wonder why things take so long. It's because sometimes it goes like this, and that's what happens. I'm trying to get that engine that come out of the car like this back over to the engine that we built the chassis around, and there's certain things that need to be in place for it to work. And don't know if I'm going about it right or not, but I'm trying. Have a good one.